What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Hayden Lane Outdoors. This episode is going to be a little different than kind of what I've done in the past. In years past, I've tried to video like every single hunt that I would go on, and I've always kind of struggled taking these hunts where I might not even see a deer and turning it into a good story when there's really just nothing there. So this year I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to try and record my entire season, and you know, the highs, the lows, good, bad, the ugly, just kind of document the entire thing. My hopes is that that'll give me kind of more to go off of, more to shape into a decent story, and more to make into a better video for YouTube. So that's what I'm trying this year. It's a little different than what I'm used to, but I'm really excited for it. I think it's there's a lot of potential there. I think it's really doable, and I'm excited to get into it. So let's get after it. So it is currently Wednesday, November 1st. We're a couple weeks into the season already here in Alabama, but honestly, it's been an uneventful first couple weeks, so y'all haven't really missed much. I just had this idea to start this video within the last probably week or so, because I haven't really filmed many hunts in the last couple years, but I am excited to get back into it. We're going to see. I do have to work today, so we can't sit super late this morning, but we had a cold front come through. It is, according to my truck, it is 42 out there right now, but I don't know if I believe that. It feels more like 32. It's cold, so I just couldn't resist getting out here and giving it a shot, and maybe something will slip up. Just had two really nice bucks working their way down the hill. Looked like they were coming to me, and a doe come up from behind me over here and started raising Cain. I don't think she ever really saw me. I think she winded me though. She started stomping all over the place, and they kind of hung up. 5 of them in the group, and 2 of them were really nice shooter bucks. Another one was a pretty decent one, and then 2 little like spikes or button heads. I couldn't really tell, but the biggest one got to about 50 yards and hung up and just refused to come any closer after this doe started acting up. Hung out for felt like forever, and then they eventually all ran straight away from me up the hill. I think I'm gonna give it like 30 minutes, let things kind of settle down, make sure they have their time to work their way well off, and then I'll go ahead and climb down and call it a day, because that's really, man, that sucks. Of rifle season here in the great state of Alabama. I have been looking forward to today for months. I have had this tree picked out right on the edge of this clear cut where I can see hundreds of yards in every direction pretty much. And I came down in here this morning on a doe mission. I told myself I'm shooting the first deer I see. And wouldn't you know it, the first 2 deer that came in, and only 2 deer that I've seen so far, was 2 little bitty yearlings that came in together. Looked like they probably didn't weigh but about 50 pounds apiece, so opted to let those 2 live to see another day, and we'll hope we get a little nicer one come out here in the next hour or 2 before I get down. So 3rd weekend rifle season now. Didn't hunt last weekend. It's Thanksgiving weekend, so we was visiting family. So I've been super excited to get back in the woods this weekend, and of course it's hot and raining. So that's a little bit of a bummer. We're entering the December lull, we like to call it around here. So morale's running a little low this time of year, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. See if something will slip up.
just smoked a doe. Oh, holy cow, that was a long shot too. That's probably a 200-yard shot, but I mean, it was a perfect shot. She fell over right there. I didn't go 5 yards from where I shot her. Oh, man, that's exciting. I am shaking so bad over, it's just a doe, but man, I love it. I love it so much. Now we got work to do, so I'm gonna climb on down, go get this deer. This might be the furthest shot I've ever made on a deer. I marked a pin at my tree. It's hard to tell on the map exactly how far away she is, but I think it's every bit of 200 yards plus, which is further than I've ever shot. So I'm excited to go over there to it and measure it out, see exactly how far it is. But let's go ahead and get out of the tree and go check it out. Alright, back, boots on the ground, rode around here to where she was. Honestly, not real sure where she is. It's hard to tell being so far away, you know, exactly where she was when I shot at her and where she landed and all that, but I know this area, I know about where she was. I don't think it'll be hard to find her. So my tree is one of those way over there in that wood line. She was standing somewhere around in here, I'm not exactly sure. So that is 206 yards to where she was standing. And there she lay. Didn't go 10 feet. Shot the big 6-point that I've been after this season. Hold on, there's There's a deer right there. It's just a little spike. Oh man, that was so cool. I'm shaking. I'm shaking so bad. He came in. I first saw him. It's hard to say. I first saw him like right there. Way over kind of where that shadow is right there. And I didn't have a shot on him. So I tried to get the camera on him. Couldn't get the camera on him. Said forget about the camera. Got my gun on him, and he kind of stepped out in the open, and then he stepped back in the thicket, and I lost him for a little while. I didn't know where he was, but there was a doe that he was following, and she came up in these pines over here, and he came in behind her. Holy crap, I'm shaking so bad. Let me put the camera down real quick. Okay. Alright. I'm still shaking, but at least maybe now the video will be good. Oh man. But anyway, like I was saying, he came in, saw him across the clear cut, recognized him instantly, and lost him in the clear cut again. I was like, oh man, I should have, clear cuts like this, you just never know. I figured he disappeared into that. I think there was a chance I'd never see him again, at least not today. But he was trailing that doe. Not hot on her, but he was definitely trailing her. So she come feeding up into these pines, and he came right with her. Busted him, and I got it on video too. Oh man, that's awesome. Yes. Let's go check this deer out. Alright, so we're actually going to fast forward a little bit to the end of deer season. I had originally planned on carrying out this video throughout the entire season, and I filmed out the whole rest of the season after I shot this deer, but I hunted 3 more days. Weather kind of turned. It was real hot. It was rainy. Those 3 more days that I got to hunt for the rest of the season, I saw 1 deer. So rest of the season after this was a little bit of a bust. I decided I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off here. Just going to have it, kind of end on a high note. I think it'll make a better video that way. But this is my deer that I got this year. Pretty happy with it. Got it back from the taxidermist already. He's a pretty solid 6-point for, South Alabama. And it was a really fun game of cat and mouse with this deer. I hunted probably a dozen different trees kind of all in this same little area chasing after this one buck. And I think he's coming from one way and he'd be coming from the other way. And so it was just kept me on my toes all season long, and killed him pretty late in the season. So I was tickled to get him. Absolutely blessed. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's, like I said at the beginning, it's kind of a different format than what I've been doing. But I think it makes for a better video, like overall. I'm able to tell a better story. And I had a lot of fun filming it, so I hope y'all enjoyed watching it. And maybe I'll see you next year.